They say gaming is easy. They say this is not a job. They say it's a waste of time. But we kept at it. Got better. We grinded, leveled up, and conquered. We are gamers. We are the ESL India Premiership, powered by Omen by HP.
Guy's out. Decoy.
That was beast.
Game, record, and stream without compromise on Intel Core i7.
The ESL India Premiership 2018 has 3 seasons: summer, fall, and winter. The summer season takes place from April to June, while the fall season runs from July to September. Finally, the winter season takes place from October to December. Coming to tournament formats, each season is divided into 3 tiers: the professional tier, the Master League; the semi-professional tier, the Challenger Series; the Open tier, the Starter Cups. Moving on to the frequency, every season in the ESL India Premiership 2018 will see 1 Master League, 3 Challenger Series, and 3 Starter Cups. The Masters League now hosts 12 teams and players. Meanwhile, the Challenger Series has 8 contestants and follows a double elimination format. Finally, the Starter Cups are now limited to only 128 participants, so make sure you register for the Premiership now. Once you register for the Starter Cup 1, you'll have to fight your way to the top. At the end of the phase, you will get promoted to the Challenger Series 1. You should try and maintain your position in the Challenger Series 1, 2, and 3. But this is no easy task. At the end of every phase, the bottom 2 contestants are dropped out. They are replaced by the top teams from the Starter Cups. Those who succeed in the Challenger Series are rewarded with promotion to the Master League. The top 4 teams will proceed to play in the next season's Masters League. Meanwhile, the Master League runs uninterrupted until the end of the season. The 12 champions will constantly try to establish their dominance over the others. But at the end of a season, the bottom 4 teams are relegated to the Challenger Series, while the top 4 play at the Land Finale for the top prize. ESL India Premiership 2018 begins in April. The registrations are on, so make sure you sign up now.
Turn around 3 times. Start shooting.
This is the first ever Omen X laptop for gamers that go to extremes. Gear up with the machine designed for total domination and engineered for gaming in stunning 4K. Equipped with the latest Intel Core processors, it gives you the power to be relentless. With a 17.3-inch diagonal screen and desktop-class graphics, you get maximum performance to be victorious anywhere. With multiple fans and large exhaust vents, heat is transferred away from critical components for dynamic overclocking. Ramp up boot times, game loading, and overall system responsiveness with optional RAID 0 SSD configurability. An RGB LED backlit mechanical keyboard lets you program each individually lit key to create customized key maps that switch seamlessly between games. With 2.5mm travel and in-key rollover, you can take out your competition with more accuracy and precision. Designed for extreme immersion, DTS Headphone X technology comes built in for surround sound experience that puts you right in the middle of the action. With the addition of a VR headset, gamers can step inside a completely immersive world for an elevated gaming experience. Single panel access to key components makes serviceability and upgrading easy, so you won't be sidelined or held back on your road to supremacy. It has a brushed aluminum finish on an armor-like chassis. A jet fighter-like construction with hidden lift hinges ensures you're always at the ready. And with striking lighting effects and see-through window to components, others will know too. Unleash your fiercest gameplay anywhere with the extreme performance of the new Omen X laptop.
Okay, then another day of your daily esports dosage, courtesy Nordwind Gaming, ESL India, who are bringing forth to you the best of esports happening in the country, and also which also happens to be India's largest Open League tournament. I'm talking about the ESL India Premiership, brought to you by Omen by HP, HyperX, and Intel. And of course, I'm your host Vagish Godslebhan. Yes, just when I was about to present myself to you, that's when my production decided to take off my name. Why support me with name? Of course. Okay then. Thank you. Thank you. Apparently now they have realized I have fourth wall breaking skills. So I know that I am on a set and I am going to be talking to production also and to the viewers also. So yo. I'm Agish Godslebhan and joining me as a co-host and analyst. See, again, they've removed it. Again. Zara Angela Gonzalez
I like
is
how my
going to
whole
be
name is
joining me as
there.
co-host and analyst. Yes, this is Zara. This side is Zara. This side is Vagish.
Damn, they would have never known that. They would have never known that one,
They
actually.
would have never known.
Yeah.
A vital piece
I
of
think they're just so
information.
fed up of seeing us every single day on the set now. They don't even need to put the tags.
What?
I think the viewers have seen us so many times now. I don't think.
What
they need
about
to
the
put
new
tags.
ones?
The new ones, yes. If they have subscribed and followed us, then yes.
This is the reason why I absolutely enjoy my 3 hours spent here doling out your esports dosage with none other than the very own vivacious Angie.
Drum roll. So what's up?
Nothing here, Angie. Delhi Heat A should be banned. It should be made a civil offense to step out in Delhi Heat. Like, it's like, I'll tell you how I'll do the difference. So this is, imagine this is the shady area, okay? I just put my hand out and I get my hand back in again. There's no skin. It's just skeleton. Bones crumbling to ashes. It's that kind of hot.
I think every part in India that's in the north is suffering really
No,
bad.
go to Kashmir. Go to my hometown. Yeah.
Yeah.
So moving on, I'm very glad I did not choose to say what the production said. But right now, what we're going to say is the fact that couple of things. These are some of the great games that you guys missed. Maybe because it was a Tuesday. Maybe there was some technical timeout. The game could not finish, or some stuff which happens. Okay, like stuff happens. Let's get it done with. So we decided, why deprive you lovely folks? You took so much effort that after 52 days of us bringing esports to you, you finally managed to press that subscribe button, press that bell icon button. So we like, bonus de dete hain, let them have some good games. So here we are, bringing those games to you. Isn't that right, Angie?
Yes, and today is actually very interesting. We have 3 very good games. Also, this next we have 2 easy playing Brutality, and I've seen both these teams play quite often, and I've not really watched this game that we're going to showcase today.
Oh yeah.
So it'll be very nice to watch
just so that the
that one.
people know, we know that these games were missed. They've happened before. It's just that we want to be on the same ground as our viewers. We are not. So I want to make this very clear. Just because we represent Nordwin Gaming or ESL does not give us the privilege to have an upper hand to see these games beforehand and base our opinions and our analysis on those facts. No, we don't do that. We decided that, you know what, get the games, we will do it as if it was another day in the studio, have the fun at the same time with you guys, the lovely viewers. I just called you lovely to get TRP. Moving on. Apart from that, we have Clash Royale, best of 5 lined up for you guys today. So, Angie, you want to say something about the players first?
Yeah, today's game is going to be Mrin versus Jimit. Now, Mrin, as we know, he's a 2016 champion, and Jimit has been playing the ESL India Premiership for a very, very long time. He also likes to play the Golem card. Mrin is a very interesting player because even though he has been in the 2018 circuit of the ESL India Premiership, he likes to play this old school deck. Recently, I did see him play with the Valkyries. I'm excited to see how Mrin maintains his position in the Masters League because we do know that everybody has finished their games. But I also know that Mrin has been safely kept in the Masters League. So very excited to find out how he kind of did this because in between he was at a very low position.
Yeah, he was 9th. Then somehow he managed to get over Mehtab, who got trumped and went to the relegation zone. For very weird reasons. I do not know. That guy has 21,000 games under his belt. How in 7 hells do you manage to at least not be a part of the topmost tier of the ESL India Premiership after having played 21,500 games? That is like telling, you know what is like that? Like that's like saying Sachin Tendulkar is not the god of cricket. He does not deserve to play in one day. Like I swear, man, like the Master Blaster has got that many number of matches in his kitty. That is why he deserves the respect and the attention. And he plays up for it, right? Oh, Mehtab, oh, vire, kida, ki hoya? Ki kar raha baji? Okay, now moving on. After this very, very private message to Mehtab, let's take a look at Jimit. Okay, then that is Jimit there.
Yeah.
Angie.
Jimit is one of, like I mentioned, he's played the ESL for quite a while. He also loves to play the Golem card. He's a very big fan of the Goblin Gang too. He likes to play the Goblin deck with the Goblin Heart. He also is a very big fan of the Miner into Goblin Barrel combination. So I want to see whether he plays that kind of combination today. Also, if Mrin has watched Jimit play this combination, how is he going to be replying to it? Will be a very interesting thing for me to see.
Yeah, indeed, indeed. So let's quickly take a look at Mrin Moy Mrin Lager. गौर से देखिए इस मासूम चेहरे को, ध्यान से देखिए इस मासूम चेहरे को, क्योंकि इसी मासूम चेहरे के पीछे छुपा है एक हैवान का चेहरा. No, that is what they do in those very scary murder news story segments. Mrin Moy, on the other hand, though fits the bill, it's just that he looks all cute, cuddly, yeah, I'm just a nice, sweet boy, but you give him a mobile phone, a Clash Royale on it, or as they all popularly say, Arena of Valor on it, the man's at it. Man's not hot. Skrrrah. Pop, pop, pop. He's literally on that zone.
Yeah.
But yes, 2016 champion. He's done so much, and now he's on the bottom. He's literally the last guy in the Masters League getting safe zoned.
That's true. And it's going to be a little sad because I think this is the first time he won't be there at the LAN finale. Otherwise, he's been at all the LAN finales.
I've become so used to like saying, "Hey, Mrin, my man," but I can't do that.
But that also means that we get to see so many new faces at the LAN finale from Clash Royale.
Oh
like
yeah, it's going to be a tighty affair. We're going to have around 4 players of Clash Royale coming in for the LAN finale, which is to be held in Bombay. Phoenix Market City, Kurla. Dublin Square, if you remember, that's where we met you guys last year in the summer season. And that's where we will have 4 Clash Royale players. We'll have 4 Counter-Strike offensive, global offensive teams, 4 Dota 2 teams. We will have the semi-finals, the finals, the prize distribution, some really amazing performances by yours truly. No, I'm just kidding. There are going to be more people joining me this time around. Yes, Angie, they wanted to capture you laughing at that. Yes, thank you. This belittling moment. No, I'm just kidding. I will have more side acts apart from me, the main act. I will have Gaurav Kapoor. We will have Abhish Matthew serenading you because apparently the people presenting this live event, you realized, oh my God, yaar, Vagisha thak jata hai. Itna bechara, matlab 12 hours. He's like, you know, like, to matlab, how can Vagish take this? We need to take some pressure off Vagish. Let Abhish Matthew take some pressure.
But that is damn cool, right? Having Abhish Matthew over there will be very interesting.
Oh yeah, totally cool. In fact, no, like considering the fact that I came from Bombay to Delhi, I was freelancing for quite some time. So I've happened to meet all these guys in person. Kanan, Abhish, all these guys are like friends. We've hung out together mostly. So good respect there. So let's head off into the best of 5 Clash Royale and see what's in store for us.
All right, here we are, another day, another game of Clash Royale. This is Gautam Workaholic Virk alongside with himself only, actually. I'm the only one casting today, and in the studio we have Angela and Vagish breaking the games down as they go along. So today we have an exciting match between Mrin Moy Laker and Jimit Bhatt. Already we see a couple of key things going down. We see a poison coming out of Jimit. We know Jimit's plan right now is to go for the poison and miner combo, but look at this amazing push coming towards Jimit. And these minion hordes are going to be doing a lot of damage. This tower could be in a lot of trouble right off the bat. So low. Jimit already starting the game at 900 health on this tower. So I think the overall strategy on Jimit's side of the map is to kind of play defensively and cycle the poison and the miner together to get some chip damage on Mrin's tower. However, if you look towards Mrin's side, he's gone for the 3 Musketeers along with a couple of other heavy-duty units. He has a Bandit coming in to help out. He has a Dark Prince also. And look at the damage that Miner did to the Elixir Collector. it's been a good ride for that miner there, doing some great damage. Here comes the minion hordes and the zap also quickly coming out. Miner for the distraction. Minion hordes surprisingly not getting much damage done on the tower. So good hold by Jimit there, but the tower still suffering and down to 700 health. We're going to see how Jimit is planning to close this game. These goblins are slowly getting fairly annoying. If you do look at Mrin's deck right now, the 3 Musketeers will be available to him soon. Look at the miner selection. The moment he sees that the miner comes out, how is Mrin going to stop that? A nice bandit coming in and miner doesn't get a single hit on the elixir collector. This is exactly what Mrin wanted. Now with a minute left, he can start using and abusing the extra elixir that he's collecting there. So 3 Musketeers should be coming out fairly soon. However, the minion horde comes towards the left, will suffer 1 zap. There is a miner for distraction. The 1 minion still alive will bring a lot of extra DPS. Jimit is going to lose the tower at the bottom left. Some damage being done on the top right. Finally, the tower does eventually go down, and the 3 Musketeers are out on the field. Jimit going all in on the right-hand side. Can Mrin stop this huge push? What does he have to stop this? The miners also in the back. There are so many minions, so many units still alive, and the tower is quickly going to go down. And the 2 Musketeers still alive on the left-hand side. They will lock onto the tower. Yes, they do. However, nice zap. And Dark Prince coming in to stop the aggression on the left-hand side. Nice poison plays there, by the way. This minion horde is completely down. Remember, Mrin has extra elixir, which is now actually gone down. He's going to be using the last 10 elixir that he had to put down. 3 Musketeers were now on the field. Remember, Jimit does have the goblins. He has plenty of goblins, actually. He has 3 goblin cards, one of them being the Goblin Hunt, of course. And minion hordes absolutely wrecking havoc there on that unit. So an offensive minion hordes of Mrin's own. He has the poison, does put it down. The minion horde will not be able to survive out of that. Good defense. Jimit is doing a fairly good job at defending. However, Mrin is collecting extra elixir and he keeps pushing with the 3 Musketeers. Let's see if he can close this game. 2 minutes left on the game right now. And Musketeers are setting up for the big action push. The poison is available. Is he going to wait for the minion horde? No, it doesn't. Now is a good opportunity for him to drop the minion horde because the poison has been out of rotation. And will we see good minion horde play coming up now? No, we won't. 3 Musketeers still used defensively. The tower on the left taking some damage. Good defense there. But keep in mind, the poison is back in rotation for Jimit. And we will see how he uses it. Chooses to use it on the Musketeers on the right-hand side. Good for him. Now, aggressive. There you go. Minion horde coming in. Zapped in right away. Not able to get much done there. So many huts on the field playing defensively. And is this it right now? Is this the end of the game? Yes, it just might well be. 300 tower health and goes down. Mrin taking game 1 of this best of 3. We saw a great game here going into deep into overtime. But let's see what the studio has to say about this. So off to you, Vagish and Angela.
I swear, one day, I'm going to call the World Wrestling Federation and I'm going to tell them, listen, buddies, I have an excellent hype man in the form of Gautam Workaholic Phil. I swear, he's got that voice. He's like, oh my God, so-and-so person coming in, 220 pounds. He's like the perfect kind of guy for that. No, but moving on. Angie, this game.
Yeah, this game was pretty interesting. I think to a certain extent, Jimit's deck kind of worked in his favor. He did have the combination of, like I spoke about earlier, the goblins. And Mrin really didn't have a pure answer to them other than the Zap spell and the Dark Prince. And I think after taking the first tower down on Mrin's side, Mrin was looking to really hold his defense and make sure. But he had a little slip over there. He used the Zaps, but there were so many goblins sitting in his base that there was not really much you could really reply to them for. And I think Jimit lost this game to another extent because he didn't really have a card apart from the Dark Prince and the goblins to kind of make an aggressive push, while Jimit, Mrin, on the other hand, he had 3 musketeers, which fared really, really well once you have the double elixir count coming up. So I think if Jimmy just adds one card, say something like even the P.E.K.K.A. or a mini P.E.K.K.A. to his deck, and I think Mrin adds a fireball because I think he was missing out on one flying unit to deal with the minion horde. I think he'll be doing fantastically well in the next game also. But exciting performance over there. Went into overtime, and I think we had a beautiful game over there. I like how Mrin has changed his deck a little bit. He's added the Bandit and the Dark Prince to kind of just even out the field for himself. And I'm hoping to see whether he takes game 2 here.
All right, so let's see what happens.
Yeah, we are going to see just now how the game 2 pans out between Jimit and Mrin. Mrin, decisive victory. Not actually decisive. That's actually a fairly close match, the last match that we got to see. And I would have to say the Elixir Collector and the double Elixir time really helped him. He was using the Elixir Collector throughout. The result could have been a little bit different. However, I felt Jimit was just always too busy defending to be able to put an offensive push. Now this is a typical log bait deck coming out here, and Jimit should see right through it. He needs to make sure that a zap or a log does not, affect the units. Mrin is going to be hoping to drop the Goblin Barrel at the back to take advantage of this deck. And let's see how he pans out. A lot of Goblins have come on the field. Jimit has actually now opted for 3 Musketeer. This game could be fairly difficult for him. So let's see what's going to happen. And you can see already with the first Goblin Barrel drop, the tower already fairly low health. Defensively, the Valkyrie has come out. Very, very tanky unit. And of course, the AoE damage helps a lot also. Mrin, I feel that if Mrin is able to take a tower before a double elixir time or do plenty of damage there, he could come out fairly strong. He has a lot of cheap cards available to him, and of course, let's not forget, he has the rocket coming down, absolutely destroying the elixir collector. Jimit now understands what his opponent has. Now he needs to figure out how he's going to put down a big enough push to kind of cater to this cheap defensive build that Mrin has gone for, where he has the Nado, the Log, and the Valkyrie, which again, all of them are going to be pretty problematic for Jimit, because if he puts the minion horde down, he could get Nadoed. So I'm guessing that he needs to be able to put a big push down, where Mrin just simply doesn't have the answer for it, because he's rolling a cheap deck, and he's depending on that rocket to close off any of these random pushes. Here comes the barrel again. Again, more units will get some stabs on the tower, bringing it down to 1300 health. And look at the health on Mrin's side. His tower on the left is fairly good shape. Here comes a big push. Valkyrie also comes out. A nice log, keeping them all in one place. This is absolutely devastating. That Valkyrie bringing MVP style aggression there. And again, another barrel, this time not able to do much damage. The Valkyrie also goes down. Princess getting good hits on the minion, absolutely destroying that minion there. And here comes another push. The Log, MVP Log also coming in. Only able to take 2 hits on the tower, bringing it down to 2100 health. Finally able to save up for Musketeers. Here comes the rocket. The tower is going to take another 400 damage hit there. Again, nothing, just not anything working out in Mrin's favor. Sorry, Jimit's favor there. Always losing these clashes. Mrin just seems to have an exact right answer for every single push that's coming towards him. He just seems like he's just winning every, the card draft. He's just winning everything. Here comes the Nado. And Princess, MVP Princess from the other side of the map, sniping so many units. Good for her. And here comes a barrel, and there's nothing to stop the barrel. Zap finally coming out, but stabbing still happening. The tower is now low enough for a rocket, and the rocket finally arrives and takes it out. Now we know exactly how much damage the rocket does. Somewhere close to 388, maybe up to 400. I always forget. Well, let's go off to the studio and see what Vakish and Angela have to say about this. Back to the studio.
Yeah, I think Gautam, the answer to that is the rocket does about 500 damage to a tower, which is actually what Mrin planned to do. I love the way he used the rocket card so well. It wasn't just like a finisher card, he used it to make sure that he damages more than just the tower. Even the three musketeers were taken down so easily in this one. Also, the way he worked out his Valkyrie card, because he kind of realized at the end of the day, he has not been able to tank all this constant goblin push coming in from Jimit's side, which kind of works with the Dark Prince, but a better counter than the Dark Prince is always the Valkyrie because she's very, very tanky and she also can stand at the front lines. I found a
She's a
very
Valkyrie
yeah, she pairs really, really well with the Princess card because in the first game we did see that Mrin was struggling a little bit with the air push coming in from Jimit's side. Also with the Goblin Barrel getting added to Mrin's deck, he was playing very comfortably. He was forcing Jimit to really play his cards out even if he didn't want to play a card. And till 1 minute, Jimit really didn't have an option but to just keep defending. I didn't get a chance to even drop down his Elixir Collector, which kind of would help him later on to kind of drop his three Musketeers. So I'm hoping to see whether, I think since Mrin plays such a comfortable deck, I'm hoping to see whether he continues to play with the very same deck or if he chooses to go in to play something else, maybe even the Hog Rider for a change. And I'm hoping to see whether Jimit plays his favorite card, the Golem.
Alrighty then. Game 3 it is.
All right, game 3 it is, as said by Vagish. Thank you so much for that breakdown of game 2. Now we're in game 3. Let's see if Mrinmoy Lakar can actually go for 3-0 victory here, or maybe Jimit is going to make a comeback into this best of 5. Plenty of games still remaining. Some changes on the deck. We've seen Mrin actually going for the minor poison combo. He's going to be planning to slowly chipping away at his opponent's deck. Let's find out how things pan out. Some little bit of a battle cards being dropped down, and Jimit waiting for quite some time before he dropped the prince there. He's gonna end up taking some damage. I think he really didn't want the Ice Spirit to hit him, so he waited till the Ice Spirit went forward. It still ended up hitting. This is weird. I don't know what he did. However, Jimit off to a really bad start right off the game. And this Giant won't be getting much done because he will be distracted right about now. Yes, there you go, perfect distraction. The Giant is not very smart, basically. He kind of goes in whatever direction he feels like. He is easily distracted with a lot of building cards, which Mrin has plenty of. He has a building card available for him. So he seems to have the right answer here. And other than having the right answer, simply because of the fact that he's lost so much health on that tower and the unit placement just coming in a little bit delayed, I don't think Jimit is going to win this game. Because it's just everything is just not working out for him. Prince plenty tanky there. Log needs to be thrown at him to make sure that he doesn't put any damage on the tower. So I think I can safely call it Jimit is going to lose this game. Because Mrin will, he can poison cycle him, he can minor poison cycle him. He has the building card available to stop the Giant. Pretty much has the solution to every problem. Now that Ice Golem will be serving as a distraction while the Giant goes down very quickly. Giant went down, minor coming in, doing the damage. Poison still available, still not using it, does not feel it necessary at the moment. However, there's an Electro Visit comes in. Now he decides that this is a good place and time to take down, put down the poison spell. So Eviz now taken care of. Log coming in. Will the Ice Spirit get the Knight? No, it doesn't. The Knight's still in fairly good shape. A lot of poison, a lot of bats also available. A lot of things being thrown at. The Log finally comes out. There's a lot of units knocking down on Mrin's door, but look at the perfect placement of these cards. Very well played with only 14 seconds left on the clock. This is game over. This will be 3-0 victory in favor of Mrin. So great game we got to see here. Now Jimit is doing a fairly decent job at holding off, but the poison is unavoidable at the moment. With the poison slowly ticking away at the tower, this is going to be GG, guys. 3-0 is the score. Mrin going for a clean sweep today against Jimit. So we'll send it off back to the studio. This is Gautam Workaholic Virk signing off for the day, sending it back to the studio, the magnetic personality of Vagish and Angela. Bye-bye.
Magnetic it is. I hope you guys are stuck to your screens. If you're not, then you're defeating the purpose of us being magnetic. Isn't that right, Angela?
Yeah. Very beautiful game though coming in there by Mrin. I mean, such comfortable gameplay. The first round that actually Jimit played was so high elixir worthy. I mean, whether you talk about the giant into the dark prince into the goblins, he used everything. Not really considering the fact that maybe Mrin has something in air defense. This time he took a very low elixir count. He used the bats, not even the minion holds, which is one of the most comfortable pickups because it takes down really tanky units unless you don't counter it instantly. And Jimit did have a counter. He did have the arrows available, but he just didn't know what to target. Should he go for the goblin? Should he go for the bats? Which one would be more preferable for his choice? And at the end of the day, by the time he figured out that, you know what, I'm just going to keep my arrows ready till the bats pop, we had Brin who already had kept the secondary backup option, which were the 2 Tesla towers. And I think his placement was on point. It was like he could read what Jimit is just going to do next. And I think that's why, I mean, when you watch Brin play, it's like a treat. He always knows how to make sure that he's got everything in place. He doesn't really concentrate that much on the aggression, then he concentrates on his defense, and he makes sure that if he's defending, he defends his really low elixir so he can counter push and really take down cards that are really troubling him a lot. And actually this game, if you just look at the decks, it should have been won by Jimit, but at the end of the day, the way Mrin has played his deck has just shown that if you place the right card for the right counter, you don't really only save elixir, you also make your opponent feel very uncomfortable because he knows that no matter what I do, you're going to play the same thing. Maybe if Jimit had tried to switch his lanes, and we've spoken about this before, maybe do a split tower thing, it maybe could have favored him because at some point Mrin didn't really have the availability of the Tesla tower, and maybe the giant would have gone directly to the tower. But I think at the end of the day, you know, you're playing under stress because, you know, you have 3 minutes, you know, you're not able to defeat your opponent, you can't really think about 100 ways to do so, and I think that's why Jimit took a fall today in today's match.
Indeed. We'll take a quick commercial break. On the other side, Counter-Strike Global Offensive.
The guy's out.
That was beast.
Game, record, and stream without compromise on Intel Core i7.
The ESL India Premiership 2018 has 3 seasons: summer, fall, and winter. The summer season takes place from April to June, while the fall season runs from July to September. Finally, the winter season takes place from October to December. Coming to tournament formats, each season is divided into 3 tiers: the professional tier, the Master League; the semi-professional tier, the Challenger Series; the Open tier, the Starter Cups. Moving on to the frequency, every season in the ESL India Premiership 2018 will see 1 Master League, 3 Challenger Series, and 3 Starter Cups. The Masters League now hosts 12 teams and players. Meanwhile, the Challenger Series has 8 contestants and follows a double elimination format. Finally, the Starter Cups are now limited to only 128 participants, so make sure you register for the Premiership now. Once you register for the Starter Cup 1, you'll have to fight your way to the top. At the end of the phase, you will get promoted to the Challenger Series 1. You should try and maintain your position in the Challenger Series 1, 2, and 3. But this is no easy task. At the end of every phase, the bottom 2 contestants are dropped out. They are replaced by the top teams from the Starter Cups. Those who succeed in the Challenger Series
Back again in the studio, ladies and gentlemen. This is the ESL India Premiership 2018 summer season, Masters League. these are some of the games which you guys must have missed. So we've brought them to you guys. And essentially, the season is kind of like over. We're waiting for the land finale. And right now we have a game, a very interesting game of CS, which you guys should have seen, but it never went through to you. Isn't that right, Angie?
Yeah, I think this is. I think I'm excited to watch this match, even though I'm not really a very big Counter-Strike player. Too Easy versus Brutality. I mean, both these teams are coming to our land finale. Both these teams play exceedingly good Counter-Strike. Their names have been known to me from Too Easy Gaming from fall season. Everybody keeps talking about this team. And at the end of the day, everybody knows Brutality. They're a fantastic team. So I'm very excited to watch this one.
Yeah,
actually.
so let's really get familiarized with the Too Easy Gaming. All right, so now since we've gotten done with Too Easy, let's take a look at Brutality while we're at it. Alrighty, Angie, your favorite team?
I would say Brutality for now. I've seen them play
I know
more.
Brutality is your favorite team.
Yeah.
I'm saying your favorite team is like there.
Yeah, they're playing. And they're sitting as of now on top of the board.
Can we have a close-up on Angie's camera, please? Like, look at the joy on Angie's face. Look at her smiling ear to ear.
You know what the interesting part is that recently they were supposed to be playing against another team and Portal. It was against Portal. And they were given a default win, which kind of just like put them up on top of the leaderboard. That was very interesting for me to see. I didn't really know it makes a big difference if a team completely forfeits.
Pakistan and the pings.
Yeah. No, but I thought it's just given like a default win, but because of the round difference, Brutality was put up right on top of the leaderboard.
Maybe because of that. Maybe because of that. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, the map is going to be Inferno, as I'm informed, and these two teams are going to have a bashing at each other. But before we actually head off into the game, let's take a look at the map.
Inferno. This map is not like any other traditional CSGO map. It does not revolve heavily around mid-control. The two most important areas of control are the apartments and banana. You lose control of either one of these areas and you're going to have a bad time.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, this is the Inferno. Will this game be as blazing as the map? We'll get to know soon.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another day of some counter-striking action. It's going to be Brutality facing off against Too Easy Gaming. A battle of two teams who right now are looking pretty locked in for the playoffs. So this should be an interesting game. We do have A-Star going for an aggressive peek. He's going to do the smart thing and he's going to fall back. Playing from quads, he's all alone. They've gone for a four-man stack towards Banana, and Tito just spots out a couple of players. He's taking the fight, got a P250 to go for that mid-range duel. In the meantime, Too Easy. All the players gather up together, making a lot of noise. They're going to be exploding out, and A-Star avoids the flash perfectly. What a shot from A-Star! What was that from him? Mid-air, he plucks him out from the air. But really doesn't make a difference, does it? Because Pokey, Monster, there's no stopping him. And Rexy almost gets taken down. And Foxy, unfortunately, if only he found Tito, that 1v4 could have been possible. But unfortunately, he will fall. And that is going to be the first round going the way of Too Easy. Huge round for Pokey Monster, but that opening shot from A-Star, I felt it. Sitting far, far away from where these players are playing, I felt that in my gut. as Brutality will go for the force buy. We do see Rix just with the USP. He's going to be saving up some money for the inevitable op buy that is going to be coming in to play later in this game. For too easy though. Mac 10s galore, AK-47. Oh, I do believe we have a restore coming in. Looks like a little bit of a technical issue for one of the players. So it's going to be a restore. Hopefully, should resume very, very quickly. Shouldn't be much of a delay here. Tito, Pokey, Rexy. Oh, there we go. So Tito has timed out. And we do have a player timing out for Brutality as well. So we're going to be cutting to a very quick break, ladies and gentlemen, and we'll be back very, very soon, hopefully. The game should resume in just the next couple of minutes, so don't go anywhere. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Looks like everyone is back in the server. I do apologize for the little delay, but the game will resume without much further ado. And we do see the force buy coming out for Brutality. We did mention earlier before the pause took place that Rix he's actually gone for a P250, so hasn't really gone for a complete full eco. Oh, I love the pings for both the teams here. This is as equal as it can get. Venom in double digits, 13. But yeah, I don't think that's too big a deal. Atra's going to be walking him straight into his death. Checking his left, unfortunately, Tito holding the slightly off angle will find a frag. So, Brutality, man down. It is a forced buy, so they would be looking to try and deal out some damage, if not win the round somehow. And too easy. They are gathering up for this B bomb site play. Smoke will be deployed. Flashbang to follow up. Rexy will lead the way with the Mac 10. There are 4 CTs waiting for him. Spots out Venom. Doesn't really take the fight. And he knows there are at least a couple of players there. So that might be the call for the C4 to rotate all the way back over to the A bomb site. And Brutality, they're going to be sticking here. They have made fort over here at the B bomb site. And waiting patiently, Juventa, feeling adventure, is going to walk out and a perfectly timed deagle shot. He gets a little too hungry though, and he will get punished for it. And that's going to be the tell for Too Easy to make the way towards the B bomb. So with 3 CTs are still waiting. Bear in mind, the CZs can do a lot of damage. Pokey finds Rix though. Foxy strikes, looking for more. And now it's all on Venom, and they have no idea where he is. And Venom can prevent one from getting planted. Finds one, looking for the second, should get the kill as well. 1 player remaining, Tito. And Venom has 2 bullets. He runs out of bullets, unfortunately, and the knife will come out, and Tito will save the day for Too Easy. But what a ridiculously expensive and close round that was. Brutality with the gamble stack almost working out. If only that if only Venom had time to go for the reload, that could very well gone the way of Brutality. But Too Easy to survive. And now there are 4 Mac 10s out of the sole AK-47 salvage from the previous round. Brutality will, of course, be going for a full eco. A nade in the hand of Rix, and they're looking to not waste much time here. Badman will be destroyed. The USP is doing a little bit of work. 1 player remains. That is going to be A-Star, 2 HP. And Pokey... oh, he's going to go for the knife for a second there. I thought he'd just go for the shank in the back. Fortunately for A-Star, that doesn't happen. It is going to be a pretty clean round for Too Easy. Just 1 casualty that round, 1 Mac 10 taken out of the equation. And money is pretty healthy, at least for Tito. He's sitting pretty on $8,300. He hasn't died even once so far. And I think he's going to be still wielding that Mac 10. He's looking to kind of, eke out a bonus round. In the meantime, for Brutality, it is going to be the buy. And it is a pretty shallow buy when it comes to utility. Pretty poor utility for the CTs. It's going to be Rix opening things up. Misses the shot. It's Badman dealing a bit of damage. Pretty default setup coming out from Brutality. Foxy towards quads. We have Juventa on top of the balcony playing an off angle. We have Rix spotting towards mid, a tiny little sliver for him to peer through. A-Star and Venom setting up a crossfire over at B bomb set. So a pretty straightforward setup coming out from Brutality. Nothing too inventive, so to speak. Rix with that op though. He'd be looking to find something early on. Flashbang for Pit. It's Tito. I'm charging out. And Rix is there, ready and waiting. Gets to pick, immediately repositions himself. He's looking for more. However, Batman won't be pressing his luck any further. Look at the CTs though. There's so many CTs towards the library archway area. We do see Foxy making his way towards the B-bomb site. A-Star and Foxy swapping places as Too Easy will be making their way towards the site. 27 seconds. They have to commit now. Foxy and Venom will avoid the flashes. Venom crouching behind. Will get the first kill. He will get immediately traded. Batman getting the frag. Foxy still playing behind. New box. So prevent the bomb from getting planted, but Recall drops him. There's not much time. He's got to get the bomb down. He does get the bomb right in the nick of time. Rick's trying to find the wall back. Spots out a player. Great shot to find Recall Master. The last man remaining is going to be Rexy, who does get a kill, but Rix will finish off the job. 3 kills for Rix as Brutality get the first round on board. Little expensive though. They lose 3 players. And that means buying back into this round, it is going to be a little expensive. Once again, Rix can probably drop a gun. He can drop an M4 for one of his teammates, purchase some utility for himself. Juventa can drop as well. Actually, it's not going to be... there we go. Dropping the AK-47, purchasing the M4 for himself. So, utility sparse for Foxy and Juventa. Rix will have enough to buy Incendiary and Molotov, and Venom and A-Star getting dropped those guns allows them to go for a full set of utility. 1 kit in the hands of A-Star, and for Too Easy, it's going to be the first round where they have a full buy. I'm talking 4 rifles and the big green gun in the hands of Recoil Master. Rix with the op towards B. Juventa, Venom, teaming up together like old time's sake. Looking to get some control of Banana. There is a gap in the smoke with Rexy. Unfortunately, the flames will sandwich him and he will be taken down. Deep smoke as well. I'm a little surprised that Brutality haven't really gone for Banana control, because they have complete control of Banana. But Too Easy aren't really challenging it either. So, not much map control and still a minute on the clock to work with. So, even though it's a 4v5, this can favor Too Easy if that get that opening pick. And considering how much map control they have, Tito has no idea though. He thinks that Brutality have taken over Banana, and little does he know that they're playing way at the back of the site. So, not much information for either of these two teams. As Recall Master will smoke off Moto. Here they come, charging in. Foxy and A-Star, and Juventa is going to be... A-Star's got to do a lot of work, but he's going to get taken down. Juventa is just going off, though. He gets 4 kills alone in the bomb site. Picks up the op as well. Dual op setup's going to come in play, and that is pretty big from Juventa. I expected Foxy and A-Star to get multi-kills instead. Juventa gets every single frag, and it seems like we do have a player dropping out once more. I do believe it's A-Star, so... we have a restore coming in. And we should have A-Star joining back really quickly. But for the time being, it is going to be 2-3 the scoreline. And Too Easy. The money is kind of broken. Tito does still have that extra cash in his pocket, so he can drop a few pistols. Maybe even purchase himself some Kevlar, maybe some utility, full set of utility, drop some pistols, try and go for a play, try and maybe go for a fast B or something. So, just waiting for A-Star to join back. Alright, while we wait for him to get back to the server, we're going to be cutting to a very quick break, ladies and gents, and we'll be back very, very shortly.
The ESL India Premiership 2018 has 3 seasons: summer, fall, and winter. The summer season takes place from April to June, while the fall season runs from July to September. Finally, the winter season takes place from October to December. Coming to tournament formats, each season is divided into 3 tiers. The professional tier, the Master League. The semi-professional tier, the Challenger Series. The Open tier, the Starter Cups. Moving on to the frequency, every season in the ESL India Premiership 2018 will see 1 Master League, 3 Challenger Series, and 3 Starter Cups. The Masters League now hosts 12 teams and players. Meanwhile, the Challenger Series has 8 contestants and follows a double elimination format. Finally, the Starter Cups are now limited to only 128 participants, so make sure you register for the Premiership now. Once you register for the Starter Cup 1, you'll have to fight your way to the top. At the end of the phase, you will get promoted to the Challenger Series 1. You should try and maintain your position in the Challenger Series 1, 2 and 3. But this is no easy task. At the end of every phase, the bottom 2 contestants are dropped out. They are replaced by the top teams from the Starter Cups. Those who succeed in the Challenger Series are rewarded with promotion to the Master League. The top 4 teams will proceed to play in the next season's Masters League. Meanwhile, the Master League runs uninterrupted until the end of the season. The 12 champions will constantly try to establish their dominance over the others. But at the end of a season, the bottom 4 teams are relegated to the Challenger Series, while the top 4 play at the land finale for the top prize. ESL India Premiership 2018 begins in April. The registrations are on, so make sure you sign up now.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. The game will resume 2-3. The scoreline. As A-Star is going to be opping. We've seen him do this in the past. All the Ricks would be the dedicated operator. A-Star has shown that he is pretty handy with that gun. And we do see the buy, which I did imagine would happen. Pistols being dropped by Tito. He's gone for the Kevlar. He's gone for a couple of flashes and a smoke. The rest of the play, speed of 50 in hand. Going to be smoking off Moto. There we go. We're going to be wrapping around, exploding out. Ricks, can he toss that Molotov in time? Yes, he will, but it's towards balcony. And meantime, they're going to be wrapping around, quietly sneaking their way through Archway and Foxy. Now he knows. They're all going to line up for him, but he just finds one before it gets taken out. That was very, very cheeky from Too Easy, and I liked it. But now, they're kind of trapped inside the library. Man have had the man advantage. They're a little trapped. They're going to be making their way towards a bomb site, and yes, they will indeed. Here they come swarming the site. Tito has a knob. That could be the difference maker here. This is a very winnable round for Too Easy. Makes up pretty much a full eco. Tito scoped in. They hear the scope. Molotov is gonna flush out Tito. And now he knows where one player is coming in from. Everyone's gonna be sailing in here. And I'm curious to see what Tito does with that AWP of his. Still looking the wrong way. Juventus gonna get a frag, and Tito gets taken down. What a brutal retake coming in from Brutality. Completely decimates every single one. Don't lose a single player as well. And that is gonna be the round going the way of Too Easy. And that's kind of what happens. I mean, truth be told, they just had pistols apart from Tito, right? But that's also what happens when you don't have a real, a good post-plant setup. For newer viewers, if you're new to the game, and I've seen this happen many times at lower ranks, new players, and even people who've been playing for a while, they get the bomb down, and they just sit on the bomb, and it makes the retake so much easier. You want to get into better post-man positions. That previous round, I won't really blame Too Easy. They had the man advantage. They really didn't have time to really get into more favorable positions, and they didn't really have the weaponry. But you can see, when you don't have great post-man positions, how, despite having the man advantage, despite getting the bomb down, how it can not work in your favor. So, small little things. As A-Star. Feeling a little adventurous as he spots out Batman's shoulder. Batman just trying to go for the pre-fires on top of the mini wall, and A-Star, he is gonna time it to complete perfection. Intuition. Oh, for God. He was flashed. It was through the smoke. He was completely blinded, and he times it perfectly. Batman's going to be left scratching his head, wondering how, in God's name, did that happen? It's too easy. Things aren't looking that easy. Brutality have strung 3 in a row together here. Nice flashbang. But the timing, Rix peeks out. It's a little too shoddy from Recoil Master. Or rather, from his team. They should have had a player marking the angle while he took out the Molotov. Small little things can cost you around, especially when you have an AWPer of Rix's caliber on the opposing side. The opposite side, rather. And too easy. Gathering up. Scope in. That's going to be heard by Juventa. He's going to be conveying information to his teammates. Juventa and Foxy. Juventa very smartly playing the anti-flash. He gets taken down by Tito though, but Rix is there to quickly trade. And Rexy has no idea. He's going to clear right behind. He actually goes into check. That's pretty smart from Rexy, but Foxy's one step ahead of him. He immediately repositions himself, steps out so that he doesn't get pre-fired, and they salvage both the ops as well. Brutality, 4 in a row. The streak continues, and for Too Easy, it is going to be the 4th round loss bonus, so they will have decent money to go for some pistols and armor. You know, just not much of an investment. Try their luck, because next round they're going to have a very solid buy. Might even have the AWP out in the hands of Rexy. Although, truth be told, he has been a little impotent with the AWP on the T side, so let's see what happens. Too easy. In the meantime, 4 CZs. Everyone with Kevlar. Batman's even got himself a helmet. Everyone gathered up together. Tito and Batman, they have 2 flashbangs. No smokes, nothing else. They will be looking to explode out into pit. And Foxy's got himself in a good position. Smoke comes out from Rix. Here they come charging out. The AWP is going to go to work though. Rix misses a shot. Tito trying to be sneaky. And A-Star is just going off. A-Star is now the dedicated AWPer of the team by the looks of it. He finds 3. A flawless round coming out from Brutality. Relinquishing pit early on and just playing from the sides. 2 AWPs in one site. Something you don't see that often. You would ideally keep one of the AWPs towards the B-bomb side. But it works out. Too easy. Not able to convert anything from that pistol armor buy. But here comes a full buy. Recoil will of course have the AWP. Full set of utility on every one of these players. Apart from Pokey, he's got a smoke. That's fine. That's a lot to work with. Recoil is feeling hungry. He's looking for something. Miscomms there. Miscomms there from Brutality. On a map like Inferno, you can't afford to throw away smokes. And 2 smokes were used there where 1 would have sufficed. Big miscomm. Might not seem like a big deal. It's like, you're like, it's just 2 smokes. But hey, I've lost count of the number of rounds that have been won by CD side just based off a smoke. And Rix is a little too trigger happy. Catches A-Star crossing across in the, I think in the thigh or in the butt. And A-Star's not going to be a happy camper. He's going to be pushing up. Holding a tight angle and almost decapitates Rexy. Rexy's got to be a little bit more trepidant after that. Still making his presence felt towards B. And that's going to draw the rotation. So Rexy, his presence there alone is doing a lot of work. Juventa has made his way towards CD spawn. And Rexy is going to continue to aggress. He's still jumping around. He's making noise. Tossing in the smoke. And that's a perfect time. This is a perfect time for the rest of his team to go for this play towards the A-bomb site. And Rix misses the shot. And he's going to peek out. And Recoil is ready and waiting. Perfectly played by Too Easy. As Rexy even gets a kill on Juventa. It's all on Foxy in the A-bomb site. There's nothing he can do. He's going to fall. And that is going to be the call for the save for Brutality. I don't think Venom and A-Star can do much about this. Bomb gets planted with about 7 seconds remaining on the clock. And that round was the perfect bait play coming out from Too Easy. Rexy doing so much work alone outside of Banana. Not only that, he also gets a kill on Juventa. So huge work from him. And a little bit of a misplay from Rix. Firstly, tagged on A-Star to 50 HP, just to 59 HP. And then, of course, missing a very crucial shot as Rexy is going to be... No, timing works out in his favor, but Venom will find Rexy. I have no idea where Rexy was just going with the knife out. That is just... are you going for a hunt, or are you just trying to like throw away your gun? That's just unnecessary. Unnecessary from Rexy. You know you're on a hunt. You know that's a spot where the CT is probably saving. And you walk in with a knife is a lapse in... I don't know, a lapse in presence of mind. So, too easy. They finally break the streak of brutalities. And they do lose a few players. So they are in danger of getting reset if they lose this one. Flash is good. A-Star is holding the line. This guy's not missing much today, is he? Finds one. Peeks out. Flashbang is perfect. He will be found out. And trade is going to be done. Yes, he will. But Batman, he reads it to perfection. He finds both the frags. And the C4 is making its way now towards the B bomb site. Rix is, in the meantime, making haste towards the B bomb site. He tosses in a flashbang Molotov as well to try and keep the CTs at bay. Molotov is good, actually. It runs right on the steps. But Batman will cross on over. He is going to be the bait here. Tito finding the frag on the Juventus. That's going to draw out Foxy. And now it's all on Rix. With the op, he finds Rexy. So 2v3. Flashbang, a little off. Rix, scope in. Spots out another player, and he misses it. Batman, third kill for him. And Foxy is going to go for the play. Yes, he is. He finds one. Can't find Batman, and he clutches it out. The 1v2. That is so huge from Foxy. Goes for the hero play. He was so low as well, but he will clutch it out. It's such a crucial round because too easy. Didn't get the bomb down, and they get reset. After a huge struggle, 5 rounds in a row, they finally get a round, and then Brutality, they reset them. And that was a round which, honestly, should have gone the way of Brutality, because Batman went above and beyond. He found 3 kills. He found a 2 opening kills towards B, found another kill, a 3rd kill onto Rix when he was so very low. The rest of his team not quite able to step up to the plate, not able to close it out. And Too Easy are not going to be very happy about this. They still have some money in the bank, so they can go for the buy in the next round. It's going to be $1,900, which should suffice for AK armor, helmet, couple of smokes, a few flashbangs here and there. But it's not going to be a pretty buy. It's not going to be a very comfortable buy. In the meantime, Foxy, first time playing from this position. We'll drop on down. Benta has been holding on to the balcony. He has been the dedicated balcony player all this while, and he's been doing a great job overall. Meantime, though, Too Easy. Making a lot of noise, tossing in everything they have. Molotov to slow things down. And look at Rix, he is feeling hungry. The flashbang is going to delay them. Venom, Nate is perfectly timed. That's going to take a chunk out of them, and Venom's got to go to work, but he is going to get triple peaked, and Rix is still hitting shots all the way because they don't have a smoke to cross on over. Can try and get the bomb down though. Great flashback, but completely blinds himself as well. And Juventus spots him out, and that is going to be the last player. And Tito trying to even go in for the cheeky knife, running out of bullets. Too Easy should be happy with that. 3 kills, bomb down, considering they barely invested anything into that round. So, great work. If they only had a smoke for CD spawn, they use a smoke for coffins. I don't know if they use a smoke for CD spawn. If they use a smoke for CD spawn, Rix wouldn't have been able to get those couple of kills. He probably could have found one, maybe. And that could have actually made things a little bit more interesting. So, but all things considered, they still get the bomb down. They get the bonus money. So, and 3 kills as well. They are keeping Brutality's money in control. It's not really spiraled out of control yet. So you can see Venom having to make do with the UMP. A-Star and Rix with the ops again. They have kept this double op setup in play for quite a while now. Batman leading the charge, pushing it through the flames. Oh no. Didn't spot him out. Juventa from above. He finds one. Rix misses the shot. He's been struggling a little bit. And Venom trying to be cheeky, but Recall just snaps around. Great flashbang in the meantime. And Foxy, he is being hunted down. He's going to be taken down. It's all on Rix. He's got to go. He's got to go above and beyond, and he will not find the frag. Again, he's struggling landing these shots, and A-Star's at 4 HP. There's not much he can do, and this round could be pretty much done and dusted. Brutality might have to go for the save here. 2 ops, not the best of guns to go for a retake. A-Star doesn't care. He's gonna go for it. He goes for the jump, and Rexy peeks out perfectly. Perfect timing, as Rix will have to evacuate the premises. He will fall back. Try and hold on to the op. It's too easy. They will get round number 5. And Brutality. Money's not that great. A-Star can buy. Rix can drop. But Foxy and Venom are in a pretty rough spot here. A-Star can even go for the dual op buy, and they will. I'm not a big fan of this. He could have indeed gone for the... he could have easily gone for an M4 and utility, and it's A-Star, probably one of the most explosive riflers we have in this in the Indian scene. So I'm a little surprised that he is going full on with the op, but hey, if you're feeling it, fair enough. So 2 ops, the M4 dropped to Foxy, and by Rix, and the rest of them have a deagle and a CZ. And Juventa and A-Star struggling a little bit, trying to get this boost right. Rix again, not able to get the frag. He's been struggling a bit this game. Foxy, the smoke is going to be a tell. They're going to come pushing in anyway, and Flashbang is going to pop again. Second flashbang is... Whew, that is rough. A-Star, though, doesn't miss the shot. He spots out a C4 as well. Going to rotate over to library, where he's going to spot a player. He's going to cross on over, and... Oh, he misses the shot just by a sliver. Venom finds a kill on the Tito. That is big. Now it's all on Batman, because A-Star's found Recoil Master. And a bomb is dropped in a very, very, very rough spot indeed. 50 seconds. Batman has time to work with, but this is not a good spot to be in. A-Star, this is a sit-up. Batman, he has so many angles to check. So many angles to be worried about. And he takes out the flashbang at the worst time possible, as Juventa drops him in Brutality. Off a rough buy, they make it work. And not only do they make it work, they break the economy again for 2 easy. Tito and Pokey, only 2 players to have a semblance of money, and they're going to go for the forced buy. Which can kind of make sense as well, right? I mean, just 2 rounds remaining. 8 to 5. It still favors... It depends on how the last 2 rounds go. If 2 easy get 1 more round, I mean, 6 rounds on a T-side train, that's pretty... it's very workable. That's something they can definitely work with. Venom is going off. Juventa continues the pain train as A-Star will decapitate Batman. And just 1 casualty. Brutality shutting it down. And 2 easy. Final round. Pokey did go for the Ecos, as now he's got an AK-47. The rest of his teammates, however, will have to make do with pistols and some armor. Bear in mind, A-Star did have to reconnect, so his score isn't... It's definitely more than 9. He's been quite impressive. Venom immediately realizing that there's something really off here, and he's going to not finding the frag. Tito through the smoke pushes in and gets a frag. That is very, very, very rough indeed. Man, what should be happening? CZ's on his retake. can be quite problematic. A-star. The Molotov, Pokey, and Recoil waiting. This is not a comfortable retake, but a Molotov can do some work though. Batman is going to be pushed out. Oh no, but then Rix has been taken down. Raider A-star has been taken down towards Banana. Venter's got to check the corner, gets a kill. Foxy finds Pokey. Rexy with a quick trade. Now it's a 1v2. Recoil with the... Oh, but he finds a frag on the Foxy through the smoke. Juventa is going to try and stick it. Pokey completely blinded. Juventa is sticking it, and he's going to get the diffuser right in front of Recoil's face. There's Brutality. They somehow eke out another round, and they get to 10 rounds going into the second half. Too easy. Not too sure what's going to be going through their minds right now. They won the first 3 rounds. They won the pistol very convincingly. They won the following 2 anti-ecos. And after that, they just managed to get a couple of rounds, a couple of buy rounds. So, it's anyone's game here. They probably would be thinking, hey, you know what? You could probably have got a couple more rounds, like 6 rounds, 7 rounds at the very least. But I think Brutality is going to be happy with the way this one played out. Brutality going for the pair work. A couple of players, that is Juventa, that is Foxy, together towards the A apartments. They have Pokey and Batman on this side. I'm not a big fan of this setup because those Glocks can completely dismantle the setup, especially at this range. Rather than try and have a player towards pit, maybe a player in pit would be nice with the USB. You can snipe them down with the ranged advantage. Brutality slowly creeping up. And here it comes. Batman. He's got a pop. That's the problem. That's the problem. Those Glocks can go to work. And Venom finding both the frags, getting the bomb down means it's going to be retake time for the CTs. Tito still wary that there might be someone flanking in from behind. This is not going to be easy retake. Venom making himself comfortable towards graveyard. He doesn't even need to peek. He just needs to stay put here. He's the ace in the hole, but he's going to show himself. Spots out Tito, finds another frag. Rexy finds A-star. Venom does not need to fight. The bomb is planted for him as well, and he's just sniping them down. He's looking for the AC, but I think he's hungry now. Spots out Rexy. Oh no, but he runs out of bullets. It's all on Rexy. He's getting hunted down. The P2K not able to find his mark. One tap. The love tap to Venom's head, but Juventa will end him, and that is going to be round number 11. Brutality. They manage to win the second pistol round, the first for the game. Like I said, that was just, they might have had a play in mind, but I'm never a fan of the CTs playing inside the A-bomb site when you have this USPs. Unless you're maybe Nico or Simple. But even then, it's risky. Because the 3-4 Glocks charging in. They really didn't have a crossfire either. There was no one towards the pit to play distraction either, so... Force buy. As Foxy has a chunk of health taken out of him by the nade. Recall with the P250. Classic stack towards mid. Looking to catch someone off guard. Smoke's gonna land. Flash is not good enough. And Pokey keeps that perfectly. But Juventa with a quick trade, a quick double, the 1-2 wombo combo. He's down to 19 HP, but has done his job. Recall just peeking out mid, looking to find something. Looking to pick up a gun as well. He won't find anything. Juventa actually gets taken down there. But Venom getting the kill onto Recoil. That means that they have an idea that the side is empty. Rix should be wary. Tito waiting at the edge of the smoke. He's going to push on out now. Round's done. Round is done. I don't see them coming back from this. I do believe there was a kit somewhere. Maybe not. I don't think there was a kit anywhere. So they should just go for the exits. Just go for the safe hold onto the CZs and armor. And that's exactly what they're going to do. Tito has a UMP picked up. Rexy is going to be floating around towards the archway. Hoping to find a UMP or the AK-47 when one of them comes running past his direction. He spots out Foxy. Gets the frag. And it's going to be smart. Unfortunately, Rexy gets taken out of the explosion. So it's a little too close to where the bomb was. Venom will survive. He's been putting in some work with Juventa. He's saying pre in 20. A-Star as well. Don't be fooled by the fact that it's just 9 frags. He did reconnect, so there's a score bug. He did have at least 5 or 6 frags earlier, so he's sitting pretty on, I think, 15 or 16 frags as well. So everyone's doing the brunt, you know, everyone's doing the lifting on the team, except Rix has been struggling a bit and missing some very, very, excuse me, crucial shots with the AWP to CD side. And a couple of those shots did cost them a couple of rounds as well. So he's been having a rough day. A-Star. MP7. I really like the MP7. I know it's something which not many people use because it's a little bit more expensive than an MP9 or the Mac-10. But it's my favorite SMG. Its accuracy is ridiculous, but it won't help if Recoil and Rexy are going to double team and destroy you. In the meantime, Tito finds both the kills. You cannot lose around like this, Brutality. You just cannot lose around like this. Rix will charge in and smacks one in the face. Gets a second kill as well. Badman still floating around. Fine, finds Rix. That was a little scary. It's all in Juventa. 24 HP against a full eco and a UMP. Should never happen. This should never, ever happen. It's just sloppy CS from... Sloppy CS from Brutality. Too easy. Win around that they should not have won ever. And because of that, 3 players survive. Unfortunately for them, I don't think they were able to pick up any of the AK-47 or any of the rifles, but they break the money for Brutality. Brutality will have to buy into this round, and that means, you know, money's not that great. Bear in mind, the previous round, they just had 2 players survive as well for Brutality. That means, look at his buy. 2 AKs, 2 CZs, and a Deagle. Despite winning the pistol round and the anti-eco, yeah, this is not a good spot to be in for the Brutals. As Recall Master will be thanking A-Star for just giving him pretty much a very easy frag towards mid. A-Star just peeking and saying, yeah, hello, how are you doing? Lexi MP7 in place, perfect flashbang, and they would be pushing their advantage. However, Lexi doing a smart thing, falling all the way back, playing from above. First oranges, Tito. And we can also see Recoil has rotated over towards the coffins. He's got the AWP as well. Smoke should come in, and he might be looking to reposition himself. Yes, he will. That is smart from him. And this is perfectly played. Rexy finds one. Recoil does the rest of the work. Juvet is going to be left alone in a 1v5. Nothing he can do. Rexy will find a second kill for himself. Recoil with a triple. The score is 12-7. Too easy. Stringing a couple together, and now they have actually broken the economy for Brutality, who will have to go for pretty much a full eco. Foxy leading the way. It's Glocks all around, apart from a P215 and CZ in the hands of A-Star and Juventa. 2 flashes to pop their way through. Unfortunately for them, there are no players inside of the pit. It can be a slaughter. They get eviscerated. You're 1 by 1. They need to follow up as well. Recall finds Juventus. One player remains. It's Rix. All alone with the Glock. He's making a lot of noise. He doesn't really want to waste much more time here. Recoil will spot him. Misses the shot though. Rix being quite a thorn. And he gets a dink in on a Badman, but doesn't get a kill unfortunately. And Badman picking up a double. A very easy, too easy one might say. Round for too easy. As they look to slowly narrow the gap. 12 to 8 now. Double nade combo. I like them too easy. Going for aggressive banana control. That smoke. Not that perfect, but could bait Rix out to go for a peek. And that could be disastrous. Rexy making himself comfortable towards the log. There's no need for him to give away his position. Rexy just needs to play the anti-flash. The flash is gonna pop. Oof, I thought Rex would get at least one frag. But Venom ready and waiting, checks the corner. And they're pushing in, they're wasting no time at all. The flank has been taken care of. The recoil finds Foxy. Tito alone in the site. What can he do? They know there's a player there. Recoil, Tito finds one. He gets immediately taken down. 2v3. Timing is horrendous for Rix. So he gets taken down. But at least delays the player towards construction for a few more seconds. It allows Juventus to get into a more advantageous position and pick up an AK as well. And Juventus unfortunately gets spotted out. And a peek comes in. Perfectly timed 3-man pick. I like that from Too Easy. The 1v3 didn't just push in and give him 3 separate 1v1s to work together. And that is going to be the round for Too Easy. Slowly but surely closing the distance. And for Brutality, there's going to be buy time. Monster with the op. Again, a standard setup from Too Easy. It's been pretty default setups overall for both the teams. No one's really been adventurous on the CD side. You know, apart from a couple of rounds of Too Easy, have aggressed down Banana. Haven't really gone for anything crazy. Smoke will be replied with a smoke. Astral leading the charge. Nicely timed peek from him. Ooh, that's perfectly peeked for Batman. Unfortunately, he just finds one kill before he gets taken down. CD's putting up some work. The defense is not going to crumble anytime soon. Tito finds a frag. Small side Venom as well. Goes for the pre-fire. Venom. His shoulder bone has been shattered. And he goes to the white peak, and that's not going to work out for him. And it's all on Mr. A-Star. 1v4. And that spray is gonna not quite land on Pokey. Goes all around his head. And Too Easy to get a double digits. And Brutality. Oh boy. Things aren't looking so good here. Max loss bonus, but not enough to go for a full buy, so they will be sticking with the pistols and armor. Fast play towards B. Still have a few flashes and a smoke. But they are spread quite thin. Not really gathering up together. The one chance to have here is just throwing their numbers at too easy and trying to overwhelm the forces, but this might not quite work out. Recall's going to be making his way towards A. Okay, rough spot. Not really doing much damage. Will get taken down. They're trying to sell a fake really, really desperately here, but no one is budging from the B bomb side. And the bomb is going to be found out by Tito as well. Nice hold from Too Easy. Not getting panicky at all, despite spotting a number of players towards A. And Too Easy now, 1 round shy of drawing even with Brutality. This has been a pretty solid CD side from them. They lost a pistol. They lost anti-eco, but then after that it's just been Too Easy all the way. Especially the third round of the second half where they won just with like 1 UMP and no armor any one of the other players like USPs and P250s and whatnot. Should have never happened, and Brutality, they're paying for it right now. Double nades towards a tree, not gonna find anyone. Venom. Use the flash to reposition himself. I like the small little switch-ups Too Easy does. They've always been known for the trade game, and I like it. Like, you know, they're playing towards the archway this time around instead of having the double man setup towards quads. And it's going to be Pokey all alone towards pit. And they're doing a great job drawing out the utility. A lot of utility being drawn out for the CTs. However, for Brutality, they don't have much remaining either. 2 smokes and a flash, couple of flashes, and 1 smoke's been used up already by Juventa for Arch. That leaves 1 smoke in the hands of Foxy, and he's making his way towards the B bomb site. 1 smoke, 1 flash, all the utility that the T's have remaining. A-Star finds a quick trade. And that kill's gonna draw the player here. Venom, what's he gonna do? Can he sell something? Can he find a frag? Instead he's gonna fall back. I think Tito hears that. Pokey. He needed that kill. He needed that kill. Gets the frag. Does A-Star. Rix is there perfectly positioning himself to find the peek out from recoil. And Brutality are in complete control of this round. There's not much Rexy can do. And Tito as well. Just clearing out Banana, ensuring there's no one nearby who is going to be going for the hunt. So, round's going to go the way of Brutality. However, the money is ridiculously good. That was a great round for Brutality. But for Too Easy, I don't think they're going to be too worried. 15k on Pokey, 13k. Everyone's over $10,000. Every single one. And that's an ideal scenario. You lose a round and you have more than enough money to go for whatever buy you want. And even after the buy, you're still in no danger of getting immediately reset. They can buy 2 rounds in a row. They can go for full buys 2 rounds in a row without having to be too worried about it. Too Easy with the shutdown. It's going to be hard for Rix and Foxy to come back from it. Are they calling for the save? Okay. That's a early call, but honestly, 2v5, there's not much you can do, right? There's not much you can do. They're just going to be holding onto these two guns. Why not? Money's not that great. So Foxy can drop a gun. He can drop an AK-47 over to anyone. A-Star can buy for himself. So he's gonna get, it's gonna be $1,400. So that's like what? 4,700 he's gonna get. So A-Star can buy an AK for himself, armor, decent utility. Foxy can drop a gun, and he's got full utility, so he can drop a gun over to Venom. I think that's the right person to drop the gun over to, Venom. I would really want to drop it to Juventa, because Juventa can purchase some utility as well, extra utility. Well, Venom can kind of be the bait guy. He can just go for a CZ and some... yeah, there you go. Venom can go for CZ and Kevlar. Rix will be dropped by Foxy. And I'd like to see Juventa picking up the gun. I'd rather see Venom be the bait. Alright, they're going to be giving him the gun, the AK. And Juventa's going to have to make do with the Deagle and utility. Alright, but that works out as well. They still have 3 AKs and an AWP. The AWP being the crucial factor here, because Rix has struggled. He has struggled. On the CT side. Ooh. Hoo-hoo. Call Master. He's gonna go for the re-peek. I'm never a big fan of this. Should be careful. What a shot from Venom. Destroys the player, but in the meantime, quick double trade, recoil, and Tito. But that's going to be the fast play coming out from the Brutality. They're going to be pressing their way in towards his bomb site as Rexy does a leap of faith. He gets taken down, bombed down. Juventa and Foxy. 2v4 to a 2v3. And Foxy is going to push in deep here. I like this from him. Take the early fight. Take the early fight, Batman. Oh. Spotted out. Foxy not able to quite get a spray right. Here comes the play. And it's going to be Juventa deagling everyone into oblivion. 2-1 Deags. Doesn't even need an AWP. His Brutality inch closer to the magic figure of 16. And too easy. They still can buy. But they're running out of rounds. They're running out of opportunities to come back. Tito. Good pair work, finding Venom. Once again, too easy, getting the opening frag. Okay, start being a little jumpy. Juventa routing a few shots, announcing his presence. He's going to get a pick here. Oh, but Batman's going to fall. Recoil. Gets a trade. Immediately rotating back towards Quads. And Recoil's got to do work. He needs to get this kill out of Foxy. Oh no, he misses a sitter. And it's all in Pokey. He finds one. Doesn't find a second. Rix will get taken down, but not before he gets dinked down. And it's going to be A-Star waiting patiently in the side. He gets the frag. And now, man advantage has been wrested back by Brutality. Such a back and forth affair in this round. And Tito's going to be left alone. A-Star spots him out. Taking the fight. Perfectly baited out as Rix peeks in and finally puts Tito out of his misery. Potential final round. It's the map point for the Brutality side. And... Too easy, still have money. They still have money. But they're out of chances now. They got to win 3 in a row to take it to overtime. If not, Brutality are going to continue their reign of terror in the ESL India Premiership. They have been quite solid indeed. Rexy again peeking out wide. Some questionable decision making coming out from the players too easy. Tito always lonesome. He's got to be the rock. He's got to be holding on to banana control for as long as he can, and then falling back to the bomb side. And he doesn't have much to work with. He's got 2 flashbangs at M4 and the kit. That's all. No company, no backup whatsoever, and Brutality just taking the sweet time to taking it slow, slowly pushing up. I'm enjoying the T side though. It's pretty methodical. Perfect Molotov usage at Foxy. Finds a frag, and now 3 players pushing up banana. Tito, he's got to run away with his tail tucked between his legs. He's got a flashbang, but they're going to push in anyway. Smoke has loomed yet, but A-star, perfect angle. Tito can't do anything. 1 player remains. It is going to be Pokey in a 1v5. Nothing much he can do. The round is going to be done. The game is going to be closed out. Brutality will take this one in style. 16-12 will be the scoreline as Pokey just tries to delay the inevitable. But this, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be a little too much to ask of the man. A-star trying to even go for a cheeky knife in the smoke. But there you have it. Venom will close things out. 16-12 will be the scoreline. Brutality will win in a pretty convincing fashion. That's it from my end. GG, well played, and I'll see you guys later.
Alrighty then, Brutality kind of a day there. Okay, this game was absolutely on point. Too easy, tried to raise the stakes there towards the end of the game. Couldn't sustain. Left it sadly at 16-12. Final score, and Angie, your thoughts?
Yeah, I think when they come back again in this winter season, they'll be able to perform much better. That's all I can say.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to Team Savage and
I mean, sorry,
Venom
the
and
summer
gang,
season
everybody.
finale. They'll be playing again. So I said winter.
I'm going to see them at the LAN finale.
Yes.
Oh, but this game was this game was good.
Yeah.
This game was good. But now I'm like more kicked about the live. So what we'll do is we'll take a quick break here. On the other side, we'll get to Dota 2. Okay then, when I said a short break, I definitely meant it to be a short break. This is the ESL India Premiership. Come on, you won't just forget the name of the tournament like with one bumper. Fine, but apparently I'm told that I have to do it, so I'll do it. ESL India Premiership, summer season 2018, Masters League, bullet points there. Also add a subsection for sponsored by the Omen by HP, the HyperX, the Intels, and of course then the presenter sponsor slot, which is like the Nodwin Gamings, the ESL India, everything sorted there. Everything's in place, nothing changed. It was just a swipe, after which we came back again with Dota 2. Magic. Angie.
Yes.
I want you to support me here. Like what? I'm like magic, and you were supposed to.
I don't know why you say magic.
No, it was just like nothing changed after that small break.
So how is that a magic? Okay, anyway, getting into today's game, we have Alpha Esports playing the powerhouse of ROG Titans. Now, I know people consider Alpha Esports at the bottom. They're not that good. But hey, first of all, this team has made it to the Masters League. And they are a fantastic team of 5 individuals. Of course, they will be heading into the Challenger League mostly. But we're going to see them again in winter, hopefully. On the other hand, ROG Titans, they sit undefeated on the leaderboard. Also, we will be seeing them at the LAN finale. So if you're around Bombay, please do come by and check out how amazing these players are. And I think to add to Alpha Esports is even though they are a team that are at the bottom of the map, I do see them as one of the teams that have played the most amount of heroes in this tournament, and they like to have a lot of versatility in their gameplay. So I'm excited to see how they pair up against ROG Titans today.
All right then, Angie. That's really a nice breakdown there. We will look at Alpha Esports now. Okay, then Alpha Esports currently dominating the 12th position.
They're doing well, okay? They reached the Masters League. It's a good thing.
And they're leaving the Masters League.
Well, they will be back. I believe that this team has it in them to come back into the Masters
Hey,
League.
I've got nothing against them. I'm not pulling them down. I'm the guy supporting each and every team. It's just that it's sad to see people in the Masters League go to Challenger. And it's sad to see that Alpha never moved from the 12th spot.
Yeah,
like,
that
it's
is
like
a little
it's like
sad.
there's this train we have back in our hometown called the Awadh Express. It's the only infamous train in northern India. You can check it on Google, which is infamously famous for having been late for 4 days. Guess what the train was doing? It never left the platform for 4 days. Now you're getting my gist. Now you're getting my gist. This is the problem. Like, I mean, you're in the Masters League. You got to move up. You got to have ambition, kid. You got to pull the socks up. You got to face the big bad dragon, get squashed in the process and tell them, you know what? I'll come back with black suit all over me because you scorched fire over me. But you know what? Bum it. I'll still come face you. That is what a Masters League is supposed to look like.
That's
Not
true.
like, यात्रीगणों, ये गाड़ी अगले 4 दिन तक है प्लेटफॉर्म पे यहीं रहेगी. Simple. Simple. Now on that point, let's talk about the Rajdhani Express here. I'm talking about, oh wow, both the names start with R, ROG Titans. कितने हंसते खेलते बच्चे हैं यार ROG Titans के अंजी.
I hardly see them smile, actually. They're so serious into the game nowadays.
Can we have the team photos? Why? Look at Archmage, he's smiling. Look at Evil Ash, his face is perma like that, so I'm pretty sure that's how he smiles. Bata, on the other hand, I'm like very surprised to see, like, instead of like the smile going like this, it's gone like down. Something's okay then. Z's bug has not changed. ZXC I have not seen before, so can't really comment, but just wanted to have a little fun with the boys, man. Like, Bata to be serious ho gaya yaar. Bata tu bada kyun ho gaya re? Pagle. Okay, moving on, ladies and gentlemen, that's ROG Titans. Right now, the topmost spot has been... So it's like a match of polar opposites.
Yeah.
It's a match of a team which dominates rank 1, and it's a match of team which dominates rank 12. Angie, you want to add on to that, or should we head off into the game?
I think there's not much to add on to that. I just hope that Alpha takes home something from this game. There's every game of Dota that you play actually in the Masters League, you learn something from it, you grow from it, you find out what mistakes you could have not made, and come the next time and, you know, be able to perform better. So I hope that Alpha is able to see what mistakes they make and they go back home and they're like, you know what, I know we failed this time, but let's try again next time. And I have to give them the confidence that I think this is the only team that has not really forfeited a single game, no matter how strong the opponent has been.
Wow,
And it's good
like
to,
the
like,
bad
you know,
guy.
it's good that teams that are not considered tier 1 teams, they're considered tier 2 teams, they do get at least the opening and at least a game against the top tier team, because that helps so much in your overall development as a team. So I think Alpha has got it. They just need to get more experience.
Definitely made me sound like the bad guy here. Okay then. Usually we end up playing good cop, bad cop. I mean to say good cop, bad cop, bad cop, good cop. Moving on, I'm very glad you guys can't hear what the production's saying. Otherwise, this segment was going out of the window like a Windows 98 crashing. Right now, it is Dota 2 time.
Okay, folks, welcome back to ESL India Premiership Summer Season. My name is Floki. Joining me is Vivek, and we are bringing you ROG Titans versus Alpha Esports.
Draft underway. It's interesting to see what ROG values enough to ban in the first phase. They ban out the Viper, they ban out the Underlord, and they ban out the Omni Knight. Now, these aren't targeted bans per se. I'm really curious. I think they just feel that the Vipers are best to play against, so they're not taking their chances.
Yeah,
I don't feel these heroes really counter them in any way. It's just A35 saying that, hey, I hate these three heroes, I'm going to ban them out. Alpha, look at that. So much team fight.
Yeah, I mean, Disruptor, Sladar, Venomancer. Unfortunately for Alpha Esports, they don't really have good ways of capitalizing on the damage amplification from Sladar. Apart from the Plague Wards, Venomancer does not build a lot of right-click DPS sort of damage. Like, he always gets himself items like the Hurricane Pike, items like the Whale, Aghanim Scepter, Black King Mark, just to make himself survivable and annoying, basically.
Yeah, and do magical damage over time.
Yeah, exactly. So, Alpha Esports, it wouldn't be too bad for them to get themselves something like, say, a Sniper or Drow. Yeah, the Drow could be a good pick as well, I mean. But, A35 on his hand king.
Yeah, it's not a good game for Drow. I just think Drow's so much... It's the best aura you can have in the game.
Yeah, it's hands down
Don't
the best.
give me a fifth player, just give me an AFK Drow in the base, getting EXP for free, and I'll be happy.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, that agility and all that damage from marksman can really help you. No, not marksmanship.
Precision
aura. Yeah.
Marksmanship is ultimate.
Yeah.
Names can be confusing.
Indeed.
Last man for Alpha. Safe laner.
Life Stealer. Okay, that's already been banned out by Orochi. Drow.
No.
They can.
They should maybe ban the Void.
The Monkey King.
Or they banned out the Void.
Yeah. The Monkey King bad wouldn't be too bad here. Monkey King can survive through
Luna or Terrorblade. Okay, they ban out Troll.
Troll, huh. Yeah, Luna could also be a pick for ROG Titans if they're looking to end things up really quickly. However, Luna could have a hard time against the Axe in all honesty, because once Axe picks up a Blink, that Luna is going to be so much more squishier, because that's going to set up perfectly for the Static Storm, the Slitherine Crush, the armor reduction, everything from the side of Alpha Esports. So I think it's in the best interest to get this carry who is somewhat tanky and survivable in the mid game. Juggernaut is not a bad pick here. The Healing Ward is just works wonders against the Venomancer ultimate. You just have to be careful to make sure that the Healing Ward does not die. Monkey King is not a bad pick here, and they will ban out the Luna, so I think it's probably going to be Juggernaut or MK. It's going to be the MK. Aha!
Yeah, MK good versus the Axe.
Yeah, also, it's a ZXA classic hero. Like, he loves playing heroes that have this mid-game power spike and can help his team out a lot. And Monkey King is actually a really strong mid-game hero because he has a stun, he has a really good teamfight ultimate, and he has ways of ganking naturally. Like, he does not need to build items like Shadowblade. I mean, sure, if you need to build into a Silver Edge, he can always make use of those items, but it's not necessary. He can just hop into the trees from Fog and just go around hopping trees looking for people to kill.
Last pick. Is this a mid-Veno? I don't know.
Yeah,
Dragon
it looks
Knight?
like it's a mid-Veno. It's going to be the Juggernaut for Alpha Esports. Not too sold on this pick in all honesty. Shadow Fiend really good against Juggernaut because he can just keep right-clicking him, and if the Juggernaut accidentally ever spins into the Shadow Fiend, that's invitation for Archmage just to pound away. Now, Archmage is going to have a hard time getting his Blink Dagger off in this game because he's against the Venomancer, and I think for that reason alone, he's probably better off getting himself items like the Shadow Blade and itemizing for the right-click build, or he can just pick himself up a Yules and not go for the Blink Dagger. Just pick up a Force Staff, pick up a Hurricane Pike, force yourself into the fight, and you'll someone up in the air to destroy them with your ult.
Yeah.
But a lot of good counter initiation from Alpha Esports. So that's something that they have to be wary of.
Yeah, Archmage can probably build that Yules like you mentioned. Takes off the Corrosive Haze, takes off the Venomous Gale, buys time versus the Battle Hunger. Doesn't get rid of the Glimpse, but buys time.
Oh yeah, definitely. It buys them a lot of time, and buying time on Shadow Fiend can actually just turn the game around. Your teammates come in time, they're able to get your spells off, you're able to get your Requiem off. That's an entirely different fight. How do you not hold yourself up in the air?
Oh yeah.
So, the Juggernaut is going to be going top. I am afraid for this Juggernaut, primarily because there's just so many ways of dealing with him. You can see the Sand King...
Can we take a look at ROG space?
Yep, sure. There we go. So the clockwork is going to be starting off with the cogs. I mean, it's mostly to get Shadow Fiend souls. I mean, they're never going to miss out on an opportunity.
I think so. The max is 12.
Yep.
So I think they do 9 and call it a day.
I think they do 9, move out of the base, and then do it once more before calling it a day. Because you don't want to give up too many runes. Otherwise, you have trouble getting to the runes
So,
in time.
I mean, if you're the side of Alpha, you want to be scouting things out, contesting these runes. Maybe move into an aggressive position on any one of the enemy runes, which is something that they can do, knowing the fact that the Shadow Fiend is trying to catch up on these souls. They could also start moving towards this part of the map, get in position to get an early kill on the Shadow Fiend and reset the advantage that he got from the clockwork. Just possibilities. Instead, I don't know, the Venomancer, he's not dropping a ward at the tier 1, but he's just standing at near the mid tier 1.
Yeah, I must commend Archmage. Despite the game not even beginning, he's already has 9 denies to his name. Just imagine the shenanigans he's going to be able to pull off in lane.
He hasn't seen a creep. He's already denied 9 of them.
In fact, I mean, like, where will you ever find a better mid laner? The game doesn't even start and he already acquires your team an advantage.
Absolutely.
Memes aside, though, it's still going to be 2 bounty runes for ROG Titans. A little surprised that Alpha Esports didn't contest them for the other runes. They knew that the Shadow Fiend was probably going to be in base collecting souls. I mean, it was a Shadow Fiend clockwork, but they didn't aggress and they didn't try and get themselves multiple runes. In fact, A35 is going to steal the rune. It's going to be 3 runes for ROG Titans. So almost everything going their way.
Oh, yeah. This is not the ideal opening coming out from Alpha. You either want to contest runes, heck, get your own runes, or go kill the Shadow Fiend before the lane phase even begins. They don't do any one of the 3, and Shadow Fiend is going to be okay. He's going to come in, and he's going to start bossing over the mid lane. In fact, he's even getting help.
Yeah, that is bug. This thinks that start was not good enough.
Insane.
Yeah.
Maybe move into an aggressive position on any one of the enemy runes, which is something that they can do, knowing the fact that the Shadow Fiend is trying to catch up on these souls. They could also start moving towards this part of the map, get in position to get an early kill on the Shadow Fiend and reset the advantage that he got from the clockwork. Just possibilities. Instead, I don't know, the Venomancer, he's not dropping a ward at the tier 1, but he's just standing at near the mid tier 1.
Yeah, I must commend Archmage. Despite the game not even beginning, he's already has 9 denies to his name. Just imagine the shenanigans he's going to be able to pull off in lane.
He hasn't seen a creep. He's already denied 9 of them.
In fact, I mean, like, where will you ever find a better mid laner? The game doesn't even start and he already acquires your team an advantage.
Absolutely.
Memes aside, though, it's still going to be 2 bounty runes for ROG Titans. A little surprised that Alpha Esports didn't contest them for the other runes. They knew that the Shadow Fiend was probably going to be in base collecting souls. I mean, it was a Shadow Fiend clockwork, but they didn't aggress and they didn't try and get themselves multiple runes. In fact, A35 is going to steal the rune. It's going to be 3 runes for ROG Titans. So almost everything going their way.
Oh, yeah. This is not the ideal opening coming out from Alpha. You either want to contest runes, heck, get your own runes, or go kill the Shadow Fiend before the lane phase even begins. They don't do any one of the 3, and Shadow Fiend is going to be okay. He's going to come in, and he's going to start bossing over the mid lane. In fact, he's even getting help.
Yeah, that is bug. This thinks that start was not good enough, and is in fact just going to make sure that Archmage finds himself those early levels to outlane the Venomancer. Venomancer not the most tankiest of heroes, so he can certainly go down to Archmage if he just starts trading right clicks and raises.
Oh, yeah.
Bottom lane, I'm not really happy with the way Alpha are playing this. I think instead of sending the Axe bottom here like this, they could have instead maybe sent the Venomancer to deal with this and kept the Axe mid or something. Yeah, I mean, you want to avoid this matchup entirely because you can see, like, just give this matchup 2 minutes and the Axe is going to die at least 2 to 3 times. I can guarantee you that.
Monkey they did the right thing though. They saw Monkey King all by himself. They applied pressure. Now Zeriswa can't do too much at mid. But he's done his bit. 17 denies on Archmage. The good news though for the Axe is that the wave's going to push in. It's not going to be an easy road towards his Blink Dagger. but he may find it with a little bit of help. I really do not like playing the Slaughter all too much. Oh, look at this.
Oh, ZX.
Yeah.
They might actually find the kill on the Slaughter.
The arc involved.
Yep.
Yeah, ZSBug getting the kill, and with a concussive shot, they might find more. ZXC building up the jingle. Doesn't have the range himself, but ZSBug gets the double. But yeah, so the Slaughter, I mean, he found like some sort of love as a foe. In between, I mean, there were small buffs to him that made him like temporarily viable. One of the buffs being that he doesn't take damage on the Guardian Sprint. He moves through the river quickly. That is a catch to go up top. What? Okay, never mind. Spell just being used, but nothing really coming off it. In mid, Tiltman, he's got to be careful. He has the high ground, has the Gales, gets the distance between Archmage and himself. But here comes ZSBug on the Skyrat Mage, just running through the mid lane. Doesn't even need to help Archmage out. Archmage hitting that raise blind into the trees. But yeah, Alpha, I think they're playing this right. They see the Monkey King all by himself. They're applying pressure onto him, and they're even finding a kill.
Yep, so good for them, but they still end up losing 2 heroes across the map, and they didn't find the Monkey King, so it is somewhat even, but the Sand King is going to he's going to constantly apply pressure on the Juggernaut. There's no point in this lane where Ask Bankai can just reliably farm against the Sand King. He's always going to have trouble.
Hero levels.
Oh, sure. There you go.
Yeah, so the Venomancer barely keeping up with his fellow 4 position Slaughter. He's struggling in the mid lane because he has less denies than his own Slaughter, and he's not having a fun time. Not getting too much out of the mid lane. Archmage just dominating with the boost that he got from the Clockwork. And the Clockwork now moving bottom. I like how ROG are laning. They recognize that the Monkey King needs help. They're going to try and find a kill for him. They won't find hidden though. Fortunately for Alpha, he's going to end up surviving. But yeah, I think Alpha are one of those teams that have a better understanding of how to play the lanes. What I wanted to point out is that the safe lane is the lane that's going to get even harder for them, because A35, he's finding those levels on the Sand King, he's finding finding as much farm as the safe laner. And I don't know, I mean, this guy, he's been one of the most influential figures in Indian Dota. I think it goes without any contest that he's the best offlaner there is. The only other person I've seen in the offlane that... mid lane, Tiltman dying again.
He's just going to leave the kill for Evil Ash. And Evil Ash is just oh, the crush? Never mind those cogs.
So Hidden had TP, he could have TP'd in. Again, a little miscommunication.
Yeah, I think
between the mid lane and the 4 position, you got to keep talking to each other and keep figuring out when you need to TP. As a 4 position, when you don't have a TP, you should probably let your mid laner know so that he doesn't just end up dying. Tiltman, can we take a look at his items?
Yeah, he's not doing too well.
He came to lane with a Wraith Band and regen. 4 minutes in, he has a Wraith Band and boots.
Yeah, he doesn't have any points in the Plague Ward, so he can't even recover. He's relying entirely on him getting ganks off with the Venomous Scale and the Poison Sting. While all this is happening, bottom lane, the Axe is gonna end up dropping. Just ZXC doing things on his Monkey King, man.
Oh yeah. I think the reason appointed... look at this, mid lane. This time they have TPs, but this time it's a bit too late.
Yeah, got the tail end of it. The Venomancer then end up falling to the raise and... what?
Just a shooting star across the Dota 2 map.
Okay. Yeah, I think it was probably onto the Slada and he TP'd in, so it ended up getting disjointed. But right now this Venomancer doesn't have any ways to recover. This is a very wrong skill build by Tiltman, and I mean, considering the matchup he's in, I'm going to hold on to that thought because bottom lane.
So, yeah, I want to talk a bit more about that skill build. Lizard, he's got the call, so he's got that little bit of armor. Boundless Strike being physical damage won't do as much as ZXC would like. But yeah, the Axe is going to need help. A35 clearly doesn't need too much, but Evil Ash is always there, setting up for a kill onto the Juggernaut. Good start as far as the lanes are concerned. Even with Alpha trying their hardest to hold on to their lanes, they're up against a 5,000 net worth deficit. And this is primarily coming from the fact that the Venomancer, he's really struggling at mid. Okay.
Yep.
So that's kill build. I think we'll
Zed
never
is
get to
bugged.
talk about it because every time we come to tilt mid, he just dies.
Yeah, I mean, he's at 4 times so far, 6.5 minutes in. He's only sitting on 6 and 3.
Yeah.
That is so rough for this Venom answer. This feels like a turbo game in all honesty. You know, when you just pick Shadow Pain and you start just denying all the creeps. Enemy mid laner is level 3, you're level 7. Man.
They're gonna try and make force something. No, he didn't get die.
Yeah, Hidden
He didn't get die. No.
very easily die. Yeah, he could have very easily died there if he overstayed his welcome.
Yeah, but down bottom, ZXC is dominating. He's gonna find himself the axe along with Evil Ash.
Yeah.
ROG, I mean, they're playing this perfectly. X leaves the bottom lane. Go on the other hero in the bottom lane. If there's no one at mid, go on mid. They're actually stretching Alpha across all 3 lanes. And finally, Alpha, instead of just reacting, have decided to smoke up and go find the pick off. They've got the call on Blizzard. I'm not sure if they have enough to bring down the Monkey King. There is a Radiant creep wave which could force the counter helix to proc. But no, this is going to back off. Instead, the supports are looking to move towards mid, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. Clever trick there by the MK.
Oh yeah, look at this. They wanted the Shadow Fiend. They might find that clockwork. Those 2 points in Gale might pay off, Loki. But now he's got to put points into the Plague Ward.
Yeah, he's gonna end up dropping. And
Why
now
Plague Ward?
Plague Ward allows him to recover and farm, but I mean, when this is happening, I don't think you'll ever make a recovery. Just ROG dominating every single lane, looking super strong here in the ESL India Premiership.
I think 1 point, definitely a point just for cheap vision, if nothing else.
Cheap vision. Also the fact that with the Plague Wards, you can just camp around this triad of camps, place some wards in this area, and you can just toggle aggro, toggle aggro, toggle aggro, just farm this triad for 2-3 minutes straight and recover. If you get 2 or 3 minutes of untouched farm, you're just actually gonna get back into the game.
Heroes and objectives just falling all across the map. This game is in turbo mode, as ROG, they're just cruising right through Alpha Esports. Blizzard, I think he's the only one who's had some semblance of farm outside of the Juggernaut. Can we take a quick look at net worth? What's net worth looking like?
Shadowfiend is on top, and man, the Venomancer, he's below the Clockwork, below the Skylat Mage in terms of farm.
Yeah, 2 cores, both the Venomancer and the Axe below the enemy 5 position.
Well, Archmage is going to find himself the drums now, so let's see what build he decides to go for. He is going to go for the Yule's Blink build, so might actually work out here considering that Tiltman hasn't put a single point into his Plague Wards. Yeah, I mean, as a Venomancer, when you have such a bad lane, you can't really rely on every 140 seconds to get a Poison Nova off and make that the way you come back into the game. No, it has to be on the back of Plague Wards because they're up a lot. They're up a longer time, and they also come off cooldown faster, so you can just be very efficient around jungle camps. You can be very efficient around lanes.
Down bottom.
Oh, down bottom. Axis receiving a drubbing here. Zedisbug finds himself that kill. Of all people, Zedisbug finds himself a mega kill streak. That's when you know you're screwed.
It's interesting to see skill build also. They'll find 835 up top, which should happen. Should have happened.
Yeah.
So Zedisbug is maxing concussive shot. Can we just take a look at how concussive shot scales?
Yep.
The range, the radius doesn't change. Damage 70 to 140. I mean, going from level 1 to level 2 makes sense. But it's the slow that really starts to scale to some extent, and he seems to value the slow. It's just him and Evil Ash who try and find a fight, but end up giving away a kill onto the Clockwork. Unnecessary deaths at ROG. Was this a better team, this would be punished, but down bottom. Oh my god.
Man, the Axe. You know, he's like that 10-year-old child who stole... Yeah, he's stubborn. He's stolen candy from the jar. He's gotten a beating on his butt every single time he has, but he still keeps coming back for more.
Yep. So sometimes as an offlaner, it makes sense. Okay, I'm going back to the lane to make space and force cores to stay here. But sometimes you gotta recognize that, hey, my laning phase is over. I'm going back into the jungle. See you after 10 minutes.
Yeah.
I think that moment happened 7 minutes ago.
I mean, every single way ROG is just dominating. Archmage, he's not done yet. He actually wants to chase down the Sladar. The sprint did end up breaking. Nice. I mean, I'm not sure if I can call that a juke. There was probably just a miss on the crush by the Sladar.
No, that was not a juke. That was a Sladar hoping that, I don't know, he had an Aether Lens or the crush or some nonsense like that.
The monkey
that I saw that. There was a good foot or a nice
500 units.
500 units between them, and I don't know what he was hoping for.
Yeah.
He was hoping for a buff that never came from Ice Rug. But yeah, it's okay. Both of the juke. Just I think Hidden ran out of options back then.
Oh, what? Derek, see, that's super risky.
They saw him. They saw him. When you cross between trees, you are visible.
Yeah, but I think it's only if you cross inside the trees and you don't.
No. If you cross from, we can't draw across the map, but
yeah.
If you jump across two sets of trees, yeah.
I see.
You are visible.
Yeah.
When you jump within the same set of trees, you aren't. So if you cross across the lane, you will be visible.
Yeah.
Up top though, there's that concussive shot maxed out. Got the ancient seal as well, just to amplify the magic damage. They're gonna find a mega kill streak on the Archmage. These two supports. They're the only ones with any sense of purpose. They're popping a smoke, but there's no one who's ready to fight just yet. Asbankai, he's got phase and a key line. I don't know, I mean, what? Zetisbog just looping into the enemy shrine. He could get punished for this. The Disruptor's gonna have Glimpse, will pull back Zetisbog into the kinetic field. Zetisbog looks to TP.
Very optimistic.
This time the crush will come through, but the cavalry is here. 835 with the power strike. Asbankai wants to hit his own shrine, but he won't be able to hit it. Pops it, gets a little bit of mana, might get a crush off. But this might be his own death. 835, does he have the range on the burrow? Yes, he does. That Guardian Sprint not enough with TTFU. Slowed down, controlled by the hook shot, will end up falling. It's a triple kill for Archmage and ROG. They're dominating the map, they're dominating the game. They have a 15,000 net worth advantage 12 minutes in.
Yeah, I
know where Neerav Modi's put all his money. It's in their net worth.
Yeah, I think a lot of credit has to go to the supports on the side of ROG for making all these things happen. But even more so, I think it's a lot of the drafting, the way A35 does it. He always picks these aggressive heroes for ROG. He's never seen picking heroes like the Dazzle, heroes like the Oracle. It's always the aggressive heroes. Triple raise. Just doing so much damage.
Yeah. So I think what I want to see is...
heroes dying?
No,
he got it.
I mean, what I want to see at the LAN is how some of the better teams play against A35 when it comes to the offlane. Does he still get this much farm? Does he still get this much space?
And if they ban on the Sand King. I think Sand King might be a worthy first phase ban if you're playing against ROG.
He won't pick it up. I don't think he'll get banned, but I think he won't pick it up in the off. Asbankai goes AFK, ends up dying.
A35, are you going to really stretch your luck here? Zetisbog is barely in the range. Nah, he's not.
I mean, Zetisbog has a concussive shot, but there was not much to do.
Hook shot in from Evil Ash.
Yeah, they find TTFU. The glimpse is there. It's nice to look at. The Archmage has a drum charge if needed. I think that was his last drum charge. Not sure where he used it, but he's finding kills left and right. At mid, they'll jump the Slaughter. They'll bring down the Slaughter. The Mystic Flare is there. The Yule Scepter setting up for the Requiem, but Blizzard gets the call off, plays it perfectly, looks to run with the cogs. Holding him in place. Blizzard at what should be a safe spot in the map, a goddamn freaking tier 3 tower at 14 minutes, ends up getting dived upon and ends up falling. ROG.
Yeah, ROG. Just dominating this map and this game early on. I think a lot of the credit has to go to A35 as well as the Clockwork. On Evil Ash, GG is called. I mean, never mind. 14 minutes in. I think this is the fastest good game in ESL India Premiership.
Is there a 12-minute game that we thought?
I'm not sure, but it has to be ROG though. By all means, it has to be
folks,
ROG.
that's it as far as today's broadcast is concerned. My name is Vivek, with me is Floki. We're going to throw it over to the analyst panel. Thank you for tuning in. Goodbye and good night.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this was the ROG Titans versus Alpha Esports game. Angie, any additions?
Well, it was a good game to watch from ROG's side. From the very beginning, we saw those cogs at the base giving SF that momentum in the early stages of the game. As usual, Blizzard was left unattended and Zetisbog continued to do what he does, get those ganks off, which gives time for Blizzard to farm, taking down objective towers and then hitting to base. Archmage, of course, being the main key in all this, making sure that he's there with his supposed to kind of get ganks off. Alpha, they tried, not tried hard enough, I guess. Experience always plays an important role in these games. And I hope to see them come back again in the winter season, a completely revamped, refreshed, all set to go Masters League
Version
team.
2.0 is what we're talking about right now, ladies and gentlemen. Well, this ends today's ESL India Premiership. We'll be back again tomorrow with more CR, CSGO and Dota 2. But for today, cheers.
guy's out.
That was beast.
Game, record, and stream without compromise on Intel Core i7.
The ESL India Premiership 2018 has 3 seasons: summer, fall, and winter. The summer season takes place from April to June, while the fall season runs from July to September. Finally, the winter season takes place from October to December. Coming to tournament formats, each season is divided into 3 tiers: the professional tier, the Master League; the semi-professional tier, the Challenger Series; the Open tier, the Starter Cups. Moving on to the frequency, every season in the ESL India Premiership 2018 will see 1 Master League, 3 Challenger Series, and 3 Starter Cups. The Masters League now hosts 12 teams and players. Meanwhile, the Challenger Series has 8 contestants and follows a double elimination format. Finally, the Starter Cups are now limited to only 128 participants, so make sure you register for the Premiership now. Once you register for the Starter Cup 1, you'll have to fight your way to the top. At the end of the phase, you will get promoted to the Challenger Series 1. You should try and maintain your position in the Challenger Series 1, 2, and 3. But this is no easy task. At the end of every phase, the bottom 2 contestants are dropped out. They are replaced by the top teams from the Starter Cups. Those who succeed in the Challenger Series are rewarded with promotion to the Master League. The top 4 teams will proceed to play in the next season's Masters League. Meanwhile, the Master League runs uninterrupted until the end of the season. The 12 champions will constantly try to establish their dominance over the others. But at the end of a season, the bottom 4 teams are relegated to the Challenger Series, while the top 4 play at the land finale for the top prize. ESL India Premiership 2018 begins in April. The registrations are on, so make sure you sign up now.